Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure that Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip chip-a-roo, people who hate surprise parties, aka me.
Have you ever had a surprise party?
I wanted one as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I requested it because I had a friend who had a surprise party. So I requested a surprise party and got one.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's such a kid thing to do.
But now I don't. I feel just like Bob feels about it. I don't want to come home or somewhere where I'm not expecting to have to, like, interact and be social and then be like, oh.
I think I could pull off a surprise party you would actually like.
Yeah, but it would be, like, probably the right amount of people and the right people.
Oh, my God. I would... First of all, we'll get into this because Linda forgets Bob's birthday in this episode, and it was recently Max's birthday, and I freaking broke his arm on accident.
Man, if you want to hear that story, you got to go to...
2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to make it up. But my point is, I could throw you the most epic surprise party because everyone would have to drive from the valley over here.
Love that.
And I would have like a hard time limit. I would make it 45 minutes.
Oh, I love that.
Wouldn't you love that?
Yeah.
And then I would kick everyone out for you.
Oh, I just want to see you do that.
I know. I think you'd like it.
Oh, I would love it.
All right, y'all.
A little bit of business.
A little bit of Mr. Business.
A little bit of Mr. Business. First of all, thank you so much to our episode sponsor, Cassandra White. Cassandra subscribed to our Basically Bob Belcher tier and is sponsoring some episodes for us, which means the world to us and keeps us going over here on the main feed. So thank you, Cassandra. Along with Cassandra, we have a couple new patrons to thank, and we have to burger pun their names.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much, Lisa Daly. Moving forward, you will be known as the Lisa Asparagus Bay Leaf Burger.
Yum.
Yeah. And joining you on the recipe board this week is Pam Holland. Moving forward, you will be known as the Spam Hollandaise Burger.
I knew that was coming, and that sounds like a decadent, delicious treat.
Very rich. Thank you so much, the two of you.
We're ecstatic to have you.
Yeah, if you'd like to join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Bob's Credits, you'll get your name burger punned here on the show. You have 50-ish bonus episodes, depending on when you hear this. There could be more, and so many other things based on whichever tier you subscribe to. So,
see you over there.
Do you want to play a little Bob Pun or Max Pun first?
Let's do it.
Okay. We are going back to the original burger puns this week.
OG.
Are you ready for your first pun?
Yes.
The kids are all rye burger.
Bob's.
Yes. Your next pun is I like walnuts and I cannot lie burger.
Bob's.
Yes. Your next pun is Silence of the Yams burger.
Max.
Bob.
Ah!
And your final pun is we built this burger on walk and roll.
Bob's.
Max.
God.
Ooh.
Blech.
You started off so strong.
I know. And I really said it with confidence too.
That's all that matters, honestly.
It's true. Max Miller, are you ready for Skylar Sides, the fun facts before the fun facts?
Dish it, girl.
All right. So sometimes I like to use Skylar Sides as an opportunity to do a little housekeeping. And a lot of times as we're researching current episodes, I find information about older episodes that we have covered on the podcast, but we weren't able to include these fun facts because I didn't know they existed. So I have 2 little fun tidbits. The first is, and I teased this a couple episodes ago, on Lauren Bouchard's SoundCloud, he has a very extended improv clip of H. John Benjamin and Larry Murphy. It is titled, Bob and Teddy diving for balls. So this is when Teddy ropes Bob into making money by diving for golf balls at the golf course in this like lake, and then he's going to sell the golf balls. So this clip is a full 2 minutes and 30-second clip. A lot of the beginning of the clip does end up in the episode, so let's just do a little of the end and see if we hear any good new stuff.
Yeah, and if you want to hear the full thing, we'll link to it in our show notes.
I'm getting stuck at the bottom. It's a lot harder to get up with the padding. I never did it with the padding before.
Should have been part of the planning of this, because this is not working out well.
This stuff's getting waterlogged. Help me get it off, Bob.
I can't lift you. I can't hold up.
What are you getting under my arms for?
I mean, Larry Murphy.
Going all out. I love it.
It's so good.
I would listen to hours and hours. I know we've said this before of them improving together.
Yes.
They would make me laugh. And I think Larry Murphy makes John Benjamin laugh so much.
Agreed. You can always, in these clips, always hear H. John Benjamin like giggling sometimes.
Yeah, laughing a little bit. It's really funny.
It's so good. The second one I have for you is actually from The Deepening. So we were like different people then. Years ago when we covered The Deepening on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Bob's Burgers director Bernard Derriman confirmed a fan theory in question recently. Jim Carson on a Bob's Burgers Facebook group posted this photo, which is Mr. Fish Odor, a dude in sunglasses, and Tina. And this person said, I gotta put this out here. What is the deal with the guy with the glasses? As far as I can tell, it's his only appearance and it's very distinct. Anyone know and have any guesses? And of course, people said that is Spielberg. So Spielberg is just hanging out in The Deepening, particularly this photo of Spielberg.
From Jaws.
From Jaws.
Okay, that's great.
Did you notice this dude in the episode?
I did not. We've got, okay, if you're wondering what we're talking about, on our Instagram carousel on Bob's Credits right now, I've got a side-by-side put up of this Spielberg cartoon in The Deepening and Spielberg from Jaws. Wow, that's amazing.
And Bernard Derriman did direct The Deepening, so it's really cool that he confirmed this ode to Jaws on his Instagram.
I love that. That's so fun. I wonder if there are any like other hidden celebrities and things. I'm sure there are that we don't know about. If you know any, let us know and we'll try and post some side by sides. Should we get into this episode?
Absolutely.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for season 8, episode 16, please?
The title is Are You There, Bob? It's Me, Birthday. Linda, gasp, forgot Bob's birthday. So in order to throw a surprise birthday for him, she begs Hugo to take Bob out of the restaurant for a few hours, where Bob declares he will eat a wrap from Raptopia by the end of the day.
That it?
That's it.
Okay. Usually it's a little bit, but I guess that's it. That's it. Okay. This episode came out on April 29th, 2018. It was written by Kelvin Yu and directed by Tyree Dillahay. First off, I want to say this is very similar storyline to Eat, Spray, Linda almost, where they like want to do something for Bob's on his birthday, so they send him out of the house to go like, keep him busy, and that's what they have to do with Linda.
True. Very similar kind of inciting incidents, but very different episodes to me.
Totally.
Yeah.
But tell me about this episode. What do you think about it?
I feel deeply conflicting things about the episode. I love Bob in this episode. I love Linda with her kids in this episode. I love the lesson at the end of the episode. I hate Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo is really annoying in this episode. I know he's supposed to be annoying, but man.
You know how sometimes there's characters that are really fun to hate? Like we were recently watching one of our guilty pleasures and there's this mom character. And I just had so much fun bitching about her to Max. He's not a fun to hate character for me. It's a I need earplugs character for me.
Yeah, it's getting up there with the grandparents, with Linda's mom for me.
Yeah, I feel yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer that he occupies so much of this episode that is Bob focused, because I love Bob so much.
I love Bob so much. Let's talk about Linda. When she realizes she forgets Bob's birthday while she is cutting Jean's hair and has this like panic attack on the floor, it's hysterical to me. It's a Linda trope. It happens frequently, like when she loses her babies in the Bleakening episode, but it works so well.
I want to add to that because we've complained about Linda noises in the past.
Yeah.
As our heavily defending Linda noises patron, Harry knows. But Linda noises like in I Get a Sidekick Out of You, where she, nyah, 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 that annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
But her, like, I love when she's like, why, my babies, why? It's
John
my
Roberts
favorite. Yeah.
at his best. Let's listen. We can't not listen.
Oh, of course.
I forgot your father's birthday. No, why? Why, God, no.
I feel bad for Dad.
It's so good. I love it so much.
Just when you think he can't take it anywhere else, he takes it higher.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I guess we forgot to mention that this tragedy that Linda is suffering ends up kind of like leading to our like slightly B story, which is Jean's bangs getting cut.
I would call that the runner. Anything happening with Jean's bangs, the character arc of his bangs in this episode, I find amazing, hilarious, love it.
There's one part later on where they Sharpie bangs onto Jean's head.
Louise, yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like that photo of Rudy Giuliani when his like hair dye is leaking. I'll put it side by side in the carousel.
That was a great day for the internet.
Yeah, but it's so gross. But I just couldn't help but think about that.
Yeah, so I think he's adorable when his bangs are cut horribly. I think it's adorable with the marker. I think his hair clips that he's put in at the end of the episode and Bob's reaction to his new hairdo is just brilliant.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, important question for
Yes.
you. Would you rather listen to Linda's nyeh, nyeh, psychic noises or Hugo screaming in Bob's face?
Oh, I would take Linda
Me
over
too.
Hugo any day.
Me,
They don't-
100%.
Yeah, if it was between those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Hugo. I feel so bad for Ron. It makes me love Ron even more.
I love Ron. Underrated character for sure.
Totally. I forgot to mention that in the opening credits of this episode, the star next door was, "Damn, I wish I was your hoverboard."
Yeah.
And man, I got PTSD seeing that.
And it's a Bob birthday episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have not listened to all of our episodes, I bought Max a hoverboard for his birthday a few weeks ago. He broke his arm. I feel terrible. I was basically Linda on the floor making all of those sounds. I also want to take this time to get very serious right now
Okay.
because we have a platform
Yeah.
and we should use it for good.
Yes.
Don't go on hoverboards.
Yeah, that's...
Don't go
No.
on motorized scooters. TikTok is because the algorithm can read my guilt, is just sending me ICU nurses, brain injury doctors. All their content is like, don't ever go on an electric scooter. Don't go on a hoverboard. Just don't. Just don't. Please. Okay, I'm done.
There we go.
I feel bad that Bob went the whole day without anyone realizing it was his birthday. That really made me sad.
I do too, unless he kind of liked not...
No, he was like pushing them.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting. So we talk about like how the characters don't age, and this is the second time we've had a Bob's birthday episode. The last one was the Labyrinth, and it's interesting. This comes from fandom. Both episodes aired within a week of each other in their
Respective
broadcast
years.
seasons. Yeah, which implies that maybe Bob's birthday is actually in this week of April 20. When did we say this one was? April 29th. Last week of April. It's Bob's birthday.
That makes sense because it's after Valentine's Day. It's after all the holidays. But when is Linda's? Is it April 3rd?
Someone's screaming at their They're
Or is it June?
wherever they're listening to this,
June
screaming
3rd.
at us. All I know is 9/3.
Yeah, that's all we need to know.
That's all we care about.
Oh, a little April baby.
Speaking of fandom and Bob's birthday and all the like signs that were pointing to it that you mentioned
Oh, yeah.
on the day of, I love this piece of trivia. So Speedo Guy at a certain point,
In the flashback.
in the flashback, flies by the restaurant and says, "So glad Facebook reminded me it's your special day." First of all, that's H. John Benjamin, as we all know, doing that voice, which is funny. So the fandom said, "This seemingly implies that Facebook exists in the Bob's Burgers universe, that Bob has a Facebook account, and that Bob and Speedo Guy are friends on Facebook." Which is all true if he's going to know that it's Bob's birthday from Facebook.
How do you think that happened?
Who
Who requested who?
I bet Speedo Guy requests everyone in the town.
Yeah. And Bob's like drinking wine one night and he's like, he likes me.
I got a friend.
Oh, wow. Louise.
Oh.
That just made my day. Bob's Facebook is probably like so lame. Like, I love Bob. I don't think he's a lame person, but I think his Facebook is lame. Like, it's probably like eBay post like, oh, darn, I didn't get this
Bacon weight.
bacon weight.
Vintage bacon weight.
We need to talk about the bacon weight because it comes back in the credits. We'll talk about it a little bit later because it's really about the end and the catharsis of this episode. One other thing that I want to point out is we have spoken before that Bob's bald spot looks like a burger if you look at it upside down. Bob is leaning over in this episode a lot because he's heaving, he's vomiting after eating that wrap. And there are so many shots. It looks like a burger. It's so cute.
Yeah, I love that bald spot so much. I have a couple more fun facts for you.
Yeah, let's
One of
go.
them will kind of like lead into the moment before the end credits. So should we just do these fun facts, or is there anything else you want to say before we?
All I want to talk about is how beautiful the ending of the episode is. So it sounds good.
Okay, so when Bob comes back and they're setting up his perfect day.
And let's remind everyone, they're going to do the surprise birthday party, but they're like, one, this isn't working, and two, would Bob even like this?
Yeah, so they set up an evening at home where he gets to sit on the couch in his warm sweatpants, and she puts on a DVD for him, a Western DVD, and it's Banjo from the Spaghetti Western and Meatballs episode way back in season 1.
Yes, Bob loves his Westerns.
Banjo. Remember those end credits?
Yes.
We covered those extensively.
Yes. Oh, is it in these credits, the music?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But also end credits related and also end of this episode related, Jimmy Pesto gets his comeuppance, which we always love, when a cyclist goes by and hits him in the nuts.
Maybe his knee?
No, I think it's very clearly in the
Oh, no, I'm saying maybe it was the bicyclist's knee.
Oh, I feel like the bicyclist did it on purpose, maybe because he was standing in the middle of the road like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So apparently that is the same cyclist from Tina Witch, who we also talk about extensively in those end credits, because there's an appearance of that cyclist from that episode in the end credits.
And doesn't his bike get stolen by Teddy?
Yes, and he's reporting it to the cop
so
in those end
good.
credits. But if you want to listen to those end credits, it's Tina Witch from season 7, episode 3.
That is a fantastic fun fact. I want to talk about the ending. This is one of the most thoughtful moments for me on Bob's Burgers. I get all the feels when Bob comes home to all his favorite things, and they have gotten the vintage bacon weight for Bob that was planted in Act 1, which really, really touches me. Also, it's one of my favorite lessons ever. Don't gift people things you want to give.
Yeah,
Please
that's a good one.
Give people what they want.
Yeah. I totally relate to this because every time Skylar asks me what I want to do for my birthday, it's so like, I just want to hang out with her and Biscuit on the couch and have a delicious meal. And that's that's what I like doing.
You're always very good about first of all, we have a tell me what you want policy in our house for gifts, but you're really good at like docking things I said from 2 years ago and getting me that present. It's really, really sweet.
I do try to take note and remember.
Have you taken note that I want to wake up to a pancake breakfast a la Bob?
I have now.
We have talked about this in previous episodes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's also, Bob does not get a lot of wins. So for him to feel so seen by his family, so loved, and get to do the things he enjoys, one of my favorite moments for Bob's of the whole series, to be honest. So
yeah, it's a very special moment. And it's a great way to wrap up this episode for this man we love so much.
we do.
Okay, let's get Jimmy Pesto hit in the nuts, like I said, and get into the end credits.
The left, ma'am.
Oh, God.
God.
Oh, my God. Oh, that... Can't stop watching. Jimmy, you all right?
I'm all right.
He'll probably be fine. Let's start the movie.
Stupid Mike, drive a car! Caveman!
This really is the best birthday ever.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
All Bob could want for his birthday, on top of what his family just gave him, is for this to happen to Jimmy Pesto. So that is, thank you, universe, for gifting that to Bob.
Yes.
And us, honestly.
I was going to ask you when the scene was playing, because Jimmy's being so effing annoying. I was about to say, like, I don't care if Jimmy comes back. I hate him. I'm annoyed by him. And then he got hit in his boysenberries. And then I remembered why I love him on the show. It's for moments when Bob gets to win over him.
Yeah.
That's what he's good for.
It's important. So that takes us into the end credits, where we see that we are in the classic kitchen sequence with Bob, Louise, and Tina prepping burgers. One difference is that Bob's bacon weight is on the grill, so he's clearly making some bacon here, a bacon burger of sorts.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him.
Me too. He's so excited, and he's using it right away. And the other difference is obviously his music, with Linda singing, and Linda's in the window singing this happy birthday song.
Which I love, because I really feel like Linda has recovered from her traumatic event at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, and she's forgiven herself.
Yes.
Which is important.
We forgot about your birthday, and then you threw up. Oh no. Happy birthday, buddy.
So Linda goes off during like little like musical interlude. She's out of the window, and then she pops back in for Happy Birthday Bob, and she like
claps over her head.
Jumps in the window, and claps over her head. It's great.
It's so cute. I am feeling so much joy in these. What does the music remind you of? To me, it's like a credit song for like a 90s movie I would watch.
Yeah, it's a little like surf rocky almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
We forgot it and you threw up. 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 Sorry.
Oh, God. Was that necessary?
The vomiting?
Yeah.
I love it. It's hilarious. Do you want the lyrics real quick to Happy Birthday?
Of course.
It's Happy Birthday. We forgot about your birthday, and then you threw up. Oh, no. And there's a lot of ooze. And there's some vomiting.
There's definitely vomiting sound, which kind of sounds like Teddy to me, but I don't know if it is. I love the music. I was like jamming along. I want to put the convertible down. We don't have a convertible, but like, you know.
Nothing else changes other than Linda singing this song and dancing in the window and the bacon weight, but everyone else is doing their normal things. Gene makes his appearance at the end in his burger suit, walking across the screen.
I really like these credits because what it's giving me is everything is as it should be. We are back to equilibrium in this family, except just all a little bit more content because they had a bonding moment last night.
Everyone's feeling good. Yeah, Linda feels better about missing Bob's birthday. Bob feels better, and he's using his brand new bacon weight to make, whether it's burgers for people in the restaurant or for the family.
Or just to test it out.
Yeah.
It's so joyous. And even Gene is back to status quo, just walking around in his burger suit. Maybe his dad was like, I'm going to make some bacon burgers. Can you go out and promote them? It's given. It's giving.
Sometimes you just need to return after all the chaos to a little bit of normalness. As normal as the Belcher family can be.
Why am I feeling all the feels right now?
Oh, I don't know, but this seems like a good time. Should
you
we score
feeling
them?
feels?
Yeah, I'm feeling them.
Okay, you go first.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's I'm going to give these an 8.5.
And I'm going to give them a 9.
Okay, to tell.
It's that je ne sais quoi that has no logic. It just does something for me.
Out of context of the episode, do you think you would have given it a 9, or do you think that you can't separate the two necessarily here?
Of course not. And I don't think you can necessarily separate the two, because what would the bacon weight mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And we have spoken on this podcast that when there is a chaotic episode, I like the family coming back to each other. And that's something special that the end credits do for this show that not every other TV show has. So
yeah, the song is so good. It just makes you, it just leaves you feeling good. And just give a song like that and let John Roberts do his thing. It's just so enjoyable.
yeah. And this is Linda at her peak for me. It's not annoying. It's joyous. We would make a song like this in our kitchen.
Oh, totally. We have.
Yeah, and the music mellows it out really well, and I love that the kids are like, yeah, it's mom being mom, it's dad being dad. So I stick by my 9.
I'm going to just bump mine up to 8.75. There
I
we
did
go.
it.
Those are the end credits to Are You There, Bob? It's Me Birthday.
Great title.
Yeah, so good. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Make sure you're following us on all the social media at Bob's Credits. And what else do I have to promote? Oh, follow me on social media at Oh Hello It's Max. Follow Skylar at No Crying and Cooking.
I would love y'all to hang out with me over there. I am doing a lot of gardening, do a lot of food stuff.
She's like a
Over
British
there.
lady. She's like a British lady in her garden.
I am in my garden era.
You are.
I
I'm gonna get some secret gardening stories for you for our closest friends, patrons on Instagram.
I am like every reel made about gardening. When I'm gardening, I'm in like my grossest clothes. Like I look like Max calls me Old Lady Harrison when I'm out in the garden because I look crazy.
Old Lady Harrison's at it again. Also, leave us a review wherever you listen to this podcast. I know I repeat myself every single episode, but they help us out so much. So if you please just take a moment, even like right now, go leave us a review if you haven't yet.
Yep.
We'd appreciate it so much. Is there anything you want to say to everyone before we get out of here?
I'm just going to say stay safe. Check your food for mold.
Good call.
If you want more info about what moldy food not to eat, follow Food Science Babe. After this episode, I got so sick, so I just went and learned all about what not to eat.
Yeah, Skylar and I ate rotten rice a couple weeks ago on accident.
It was so disgusting. I've also gotten violently ill from moldy Parmesan.
Ooh.
Oh, and you skipped work to take me to the...
Oh, I remember that.
I was like, I'm so sick. I have to go to the doctor. I'm going to try and get there without vomiting on myself. And Max was like, I'm leaving work. I'm coming to take you. And I was like, oh my God. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I fell a little harder for you. This is when we were first dating.
Yeah. Oh, people who listened to the very end of this episode just heard a lovely little anecdote.
They sure did.
Yeah. Everyone stay safe out there.